Get your voice heard. When everybody is out there on the streets just waiting to go viral, you have another opportunity, and that is to come to anchor.fm. Download the free Anchor app and join us here at the What's the Play family. And make sure that you DM us here, Steven, at Who Cares the Podcast, or go to info@whatstheplay.net so you can join our family. We'll promote the shit out of you. We will promote everything about you. Make sure you're cool. We're not going to promote some of you weirdos. We're going to make sure we promote you, because everybody needs their voice to be heard. Everybody during this time needs that voice, right? Don't you need that voice? You can go global tomorrow. Just join anchor.fm. Go to anchor.fm to get started, all right? But make sure more than all that you join the What's the Play family. Info@whatstheplay.net will help you set it up. Will help you go through all the situational things that you need to do. And tomorrow morning, we'll make sure that you get your voice heard.
Warning. The following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Whatstheplay.net, the answer to all of your questions right now in this time of crisis, this time of uncertainty. The only true thing in this world is whatstheplay.net. You go to whatstheplay.net and you type in your question, and one of our staff members will help you out, whether it's to get your mom to the doctors, whether it's to get your EBT, whether it's to get your stimulus check, it doesn't matter. Or maybe it's whether to deal with all the uncertainness that comes with this. So, maybe your relationships is not going the right way. It doesn't matter. Go to whatstheplay.net and all of your problems will be a lot easier. I promise you. A lot easier. So remember, today, tomorrow, the next day, in these times of uncertainty, we are praying for each and every one of you, making sure that each and every one of you are healthy. But the only way we can do that is working together as a community. So remember, go to whatstheplay.net, and together we will solve all of life's issues that they're throwing at us. Remember, whatstheplay.net.
And finally, new rule: liberals need a stand your ground law for cancel culture, so that when the woke mob comes after you for some ridiculous offense, you'll stand your ground. Stop apologizing, because I can't keep up anymore with who's on the shit list. Now, lately, Republicans have been trying to appropriate the term cancel culture to describe what happens to them when they get a just comeuppance for actual crimes. And this muddying the water is unfortunate, because cancel culture is real, it's insane, and it's growing exponentially, and it's coming to a neighborhood near you. If you think it's just for celebrities, no. In an era where everyone is online, everyone is a public figure. It's like we're all trapped in the hills have eyes and Wi-Fi. Take Mr. Emmanuel Cafferty. He was a San Diego gas and electric worker, but he got fired because someone reported him making a white supremacist hand gesture outside the window of his truck. But he's not a white supremacist, he's Latino. And he wasn't making a hand gesture, he's probably just flicking a booger. Is this really who we want to become? A society of phony, clenched asshole avatars, walking on eggshells, always looking over your shoulder about getting ratted out for something that actually has nothing to do with your character or morals? Think about everything you've ever texted, emailed, searched for, tweeted, blogged, or said in passing, or now even just witnessed. Someone had a Confederate flag in their dorm room in 1990 and you didn't do anything? You laughed at a Woody Allen movie? Andy Warhol was wrong. In the future, everyone will not experience 15 minutes of fame, but 15 minutes of shame. And 62% of Americans say they have opinions they're afraid to share. 80% of Americans, young, old, rich, poor, conservative, liberal, white, minority, all hate the current atmosphere of hypersensitivity. Yeah, everybody hates it, and no one stands up to it. because it's always the safe thing to swallow what you really think and just join the mob. So if someone asks you if Justin Timberlake owes Britney Spears an apology for not being a perfect boyfriend when they were teenagers, just say yes. Easy, as Justin did, issuing an abject apology and then vowing to return sexy back to where he found it. Now, you may be asking, why are we even talking about this now? Well, the New York Times did a documentary about Britney Spears. Really, the New York Times. What do you see the searing expose they have coming up on Pebbles? Anyway, in it, we find out that teenage Justin hadn't become a perfect person yet, and when asked if he had sex with the girl whose big hit was called I'm a Slave for You, said yes. What a cad. Although I truly believe any guy willing to wear matching outfits can't be all bad. Now, as for a song called I'm a Slave for You, nothing? Is this some? The Mandalorian's Gina Carano is a person I'd never heard of and resent that I have now. She's some conservative wrestling chick who kicks ass on a show I wouldn't watch if I was in prison. And she made some Nazi analogy. Who doesn't these days? You're like the Nazis is the new I don't like you. It's always okay when Trump's the Nazi. That disqualifies her from marching around planet who gives a shit in a helmet? By the way, you can't work in Hollywood if you don't believe what we believe. Yeah, in the 50s, that's exactly what the left complained they were being told. Now, the week before, it was Chris Harrison's turn in the barrel. He's the host of The Bachelor and is stepping away to educate himself on a more profound and productive level than ever before. Oh, good. Because all my life, I've looked up to the host of the Fuck a Stranger show. And if I thought I couldn't count on The Bachelor for moral guidance, I don't know if I could go on. And of course, he's not stepping away because he's the host of a televised snake pit where 32 female contestants are trapped in the sorority house from hell. It's because he wouldn't throw one of them under the bus when it came to light that in college he attended a dress-up-like-we're-in-the-old South party, which is not a type of party we should be throwing, in that it winks at a civilization built on slavery, yes. But apparently in 2018, millions of people were still doing it. And mature people understand humans are continually evolving, as opposed to Wokeville, where they're always shocked we didn't emerge enlightened from the primordial ooze. What's Chris Harrison supposed to do? Build a time machine, go back to 2018 and knock the mint juleps out of their hands? Maybe while he's time traveling, he can have a word with that asshole Abraham Lincoln, who's now canceled in San Francisco, and they're thinking about it in Illinois. Yes, the land of Lincoln might cancel Lincoln. Memo to social justice warriors: when what you're doing sounds like an Onion headline, stop.
Welcome to the Who Cares podcast, a podcast that enters your soul with your host, Stephen Moraga.
All right, it's time once again for the Who Cares a podcast. Who Cares a podcast? That's right, it's me, Stephen. Stephen with a PH. That's right. You know by now. The only man to bring it to you, real, live, and direct. So serious, but so irrelevant. What's the word? Irreverent? There you go, irreverent. Get out of here. Exactly. Listen, right now I'm going to give you a little clip, and if you want to listen to the full audio, if you want to subscribe, go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/what's the play. And you can get the whole full FaceTime view of this particular incident. Now, I jumped into a pro wrestling page, and I know everybody out there knows that I love pro wrestling. And they had posted a skit where there's some people in blackface from 1997. Triple H, in fact, if you want to email him, go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to. But it wasn't offensive to me. I just felt that maybe not in this climate would you ever want to post something like that. Well, you know what happens then, right? We get everybody from Donald Trump's son. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do it. But to every hillbilly on this planet. However, we did get one man that talked a lot of madness to me. However, he put his money where his mouth was. And I said, listen, Mr. Travis Flanders, don't call me those names. Don't say that to me because I want you to be on my podcast, right? Because you are our audience and we know that we are the most intelligent audience on the planet. There is nobody else more intelligent. There is no other podcast that's more intelligent. There is no other podcast that tells you exactly what you need to hear. And I said, listen, Mr. Travis Flanders, if you want to say that kind of smack to me, said I was a liberal idiot, said I was a liberal jerk. And I went back and I said some horrible things to him. Horrible things. I called him a 60-year-old man when he's only like 44. You know, I mean, it was ridiculous. All I said was I just didn't think that at this time that maybe a blackface post would not be too relevant to the conversation right now. Like, why would you want to do that? You know? But this man put his money where his mouth is. And I said, well, he said I was a keyboard warrior. He said I was a big jerk. And I said, well, okay, well, then be on my podcast. And he said, all right, I'll do that. I will be on your podcast. Whoa, okay. You're the first man on Twitter, on any platform, to accept the challenge. And you know what happened? Well, I'll let it flow. I'll let it kind of ride out. But I will let you know that we're all just human beings in this world. And you know what happens? All it takes is some FaceTime, a little bit of seeing each other and seeing how we really live in life, whether it be black, brown, Asian, doesn't matter. We're all just human beings. We all bleed the same blood. You and I, we all bleed the same blood. And you know who the biggest controversial, most divisive person that is destroying our complete land, the beautiful land from city to sea, and that's the media. And I want to make sure that if you're talking smack to each and every one of you, like I did, I put a little smack out there, and he put some smack back to me. But I want to make sure that you guys know it's not about us. It's about holding the journalists. Journalists. They are the only ones that make us feel the way we do. If it wasn't for them, if we wouldn't even know about these certain issues, if it wasn't...
Stop watching the news, because the news contrives to frighten you, to make you feel small and alone, to make you feel that your mind isn't your own.
For the news media, we wouldn't even know that 13 people robbed this place. Why don't they ever talk about, in fact, we're going to be coming out with the real news. You know what the real news is? 15,000 things a day happen that are amazing, that they help each and every one of you individuals out there. But you know what? They don't report on that, do they? They want to divide us. They want to create, and Ms. Meg Lee, the Southern Belle, just found out she's Congolese, or Congo, from the Congo.
Racist rhetoric against Asians and Asian Americans has become a real problem in the U.S. amid the coronavirus that originated in China. The president is promoting this kind of language. He refers to and has referred to the virus as the China virus, as the Kung flu. And Asian Americans are reporting an increase in racist encounters. After one of my CNN colleagues, Amara Walker, experienced 3 such incidents during just one trip to New Orleans International Airport, she talked about it online, on Twitter. She wrote, quote, "I hate that I have to say this, but I belong. We Asian Americans belong. I was born and raised in the U.S. I am as American as apple pie, and I am as American as Korean barbecue. I am American. Please don't question me about that fact ever." Amara Walker is joining us now. Amara, thank you for writing about this. I think this was so important for people to understand what a lot of Asians and Asian Americans in the U.S. have been going through. Tell us what happened to you.
And that's why I wrote about it. I wanted to be a voice for so many of us Asian Americans who don't speak out when these kinds of things happen. And I do want to say, Brianna, if I had encountered just one racially charged incident yesterday, I wouldn't have probably posted about it. But it was the fact that it happened back to back to back within a span of an hour, Brianna, is what really shook me to my core. And right now, I have to admit, I'm shaking right now. I still can't believe that we went through this, that I went through this. Okay, so here's what happened. First incident, I'm walking through the airport. An older gentleman stops. He pulls down his mask, looks at me, and says ni hao, which is hello in Chinese, and then ching chong, which is a racial slur that's been used for decades. And I was stunned. I mean, this has happened to me before, sadly, but every time it happens, it shocks me. And like I've done in the past, I just kept walking. I didn't know what to say. And he walked away, and the more I thought about it, my blood was just boiling. And thankfully, I ran into him inside the terminal. He was standing right behind me when I was trying to buy souvenirs for my husband and daughter. And I turned around and I said to him in a really stern voice, I said, "Do you understand what you said to me was racist and it was racially charged? Do you understand, sir?" And he kind of looked at me with a smug look, and he just said, I don't know what you're talking about, and he walked away.
Wow.
With you. We're a nation of immigrants. Look out there tonight at the Statue of Liberty. We have compassion for children. Why are we so divided in this country as to what to do about this problem?
I don't think we are divided. I think America has is heart in the right place. We need to be compassionate. We need to be strong and enforce our laws. It is precisely why we should make it clear in these countries that regardless of the trauma that they're obviously going through, but name me a Latin American country that doesn't have poor people, we have to set laws. We have to invest and let them know that it isn't the land of milk and honey, that life isn't easy here. My heart goes out to the parents that have to traumatize their kids to go through Mexico. They must go through terrible abuse. But at the same time, if we accept these children and we don't repatriate them, it's only going to send out a clear signal to everyone in Latin America that if you get to America, you will stay here. And then if you think those numbers are big now, it's hard to trust the statistics.
People may be surprised to hear that coming from someone who is an immigrant.
Absolutely. But, there are ways to come to this country. There are ways, there are legal ways. Look, once they're here, I'm not saying to be cruel to them or anything like that. But if we accept, let's say we accept these children, we let them stay here in America, we give them good homes. What is this going to say to everybody else? Are we prepared to be overwhelmed? Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
I want you guys to listen to the president.
The people here.
Let me just say, let's take the father's side.
I think we have plenty of humanitarian organizations that can help.
We allow these 7,000 children to stay here and grow up American and go to our schools. What do we say to the 60,000 that are going to follow them? Right. And the 150,000 that will follow? Can we house them all, Father? Do we have the whereabouts? We can't even take care of our own kids here now. I know that you're a father and we're supposed to show compassion.
Here's a surprise. Criticize Meghan Markle, CNN says. You must be racist.
People here on the right continue to savage Markle and her story. Something struck a nerve with them. Was it a multiracial woman speaking out against an institutional white royal family? Oh, no, it's not about that. Well, then what is it about?
What is it about then? Chris should know. I mean, he is black on the inside.
You know I'm black on the inside.
I'm sure blacks are so grateful to have him. But hey, racism is basically the only thing left that Chris is allowed to talk about on CNN. So we finally reached the RASP, the racism accusation saturation point, where every activity, belief, or opinion can be traced back to racism. Me just pointing this out makes me racist. You hearing me say that makes you racist. And if you deny it, that's proof of racism too. Unless, of course, you work for CNN or MSNBC and become the accuser to enable your own vile commentary. Over at MSNBC, Joy Reid can freely indulge repulsive rhetoric, smearing millions of Americans by tweeting that conservatives would trade tax cuts to openly say the N-word. Could that include her co-worker, Nicole Wallace? How else does Joy get her facts on this stuff? I mean, that's the only conservative she knows, right? Then there's her smear of Tim Scott.
Gotta love the Tim Scott standing there to provide the patina of diversity over that round of words, that basket full of words.
That's a stupid comment, for it can be applied to its user. Would Joy still be employed saying such vile things if she were white? Remember those homophobic slurs she blamed on a hacker? Good times. So on the spectrum of slander, where being called a stupid jerk is the most harmless and being called a pedophile is the worst, where does "you're a racist" fall? I'd say it's closer to the extreme. It can ruin lives, and it's delivered by elites from their broadcasting perch of immunity with no accountability. So as the Derek Chauvin case approaches and the specter of bloodshed looms, remember who excused previous months of violence. They could do it again, and why? You deserve it. You're racist.
So really, we're all just one people. We all breathe the same air. We all love each other. And it's these despicable journalists. They come out of any kind of college and they go and they have to listen to the rhetoric of their editors. And what the editors have, they have to listen to their almighty, what is it called? The almighty dollar. That's right. Oh, that's right. That's what it's called. The almighty dollar. The lobbyists, everybody is put the pressure on them to make sure that they put that agenda out that we have to listen to. And listen, it doesn't matter if it's conservative or a Democrat or if it's, who cares? That's right. Who cares? Listen to me. Who cares? The only trusted source in all of news media. Listen to me and listen to how two individuals, he's from Georgia, I'm from the beautiful homeless state of California. And you know what? We came together, and together is how we do it. Much love to each and every one of you. And remember, the Who Cares podcast treats you as an individual. But before we get to that interview with Mr. Travis Flanders, we're going to be sharing for all the degenerate stalkers of Miss Meg Lee, the Southern Belle out there, her bewildered and perplexing observations of gay men today and her distaste possibly for musical theater gays and ones that talk with a lisp. But she explains it in such an elegant way that only the Southern Belle can.
Wait, what?
Regular.
Wait, okay, well, you said something right now, Miss Meg Lee.
Yes, I'm just saying, like,
if you were to have a son, and he was,
I have two sons. If either one of them grows up to be, gay, I don't want him to be my worst fear. I mean, not
what?
This is not a. I'm not trying to be offensive
no offensive,
but just not musically gay, like
not musically
like flamboyantly musically
musical gay.
Okay, like whose dream it is to yeah, exactly, to sing like that and play like,
I'm Liza Minnelli.
Yes, and play like, what's his name from Rocky Horror Picture Show with the boa and like the
Frankenfurt.
I mean,
Dr. Frankenfurt.
I just don't want him to be flamboyantly Frankenfurt.
Would you like him to listen to Jessica Simpson, The Public
and if he's
Affair?
Gay, I don't want him to talk like, oh, hey, what's happening? Like, I don't want him to talk like that. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because there's gay people that talk regular, like, hey, how you doing? Like, just, like, doesn't make their voice sound like, hey, girl, what's going on? Like, like, that's just not even real. That's not.
I don't think gay guys like that.
That's a fake voice. Like,
I don't think gay guys like that.
Like, you're, why would you do that?
Lisp.
Like, hey girl, what's going on? Like, I don't, like, don't talk like that. Like, what is that?
It's a scene.
That's like a fake.
No, but I think a lot of them can't help it. They just want to perform for you, and I want to be
it goes
excited,
back to
and
musical,
I need love.
Right? The being a musical kind of gay.
Yeah,
like, love.
No musical gay.
I love musicals.
No musical gay.
I want to be in a musical kind of gay.
Musical gay, not musical gay.
No, like, I want to be in a musical kind of gay.
You don't want that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. And I think that's when the voice comes out. That's when they all want to be, look at me, kind of gay.
Oh, what you want to be in the show, kid?
I just want one that just blends in with the crowd.
Oh, okay.
You know,
wow.
you can't tell.
Wow.
No, blends in with the crowd. I'm just saying, not like that. I'm just saying, just talk. No, they don't have to accentuate their voice.
Why? Maybe they're trying to be dramatically expressive.
Why do you?
Because I think doing that voice is almost like being like girls that talk like Valley girls. They want to be fake in order to be
like you talking
cool.
about vocal fry.
Yeah, like vocal fry. Like they just
that stuff.
They put an effort
you don't like
into
fake accents, I guess.
I don't like fake. Yeah, I don't like fake.
But what would you say our accent is, Miss Meg Lee?
I just don't like fake.
Our accent is from it's a Spanglish mixed with Whittier.
I don't like fake.
Heights.
I think people that's like some flamboyant gay men talk like that because they've seen too much. They've seen too much TV and they want to be like
RuPaul
the
shit.
Like the yes. I don't think that's cool. Come on, you're adding an element of fakeness to your. That's part of your life.
Maybe that's what they feel like they got to be. Maybe that they saw like a RuPaul episode and then they really like what's the word? Adhered to it.
Like I don't think that's like
they felt like that person spoke for them.
That's
been wanting to come out of them forever.
They want to be like. I mean, I just think like, look at if you're cool, like yay, fine, be proud about it. You don't have to say like, oh, you don't have to fake a voice.
Okay, but they can't sing musicals. They can't sing musicals.
They can sing musicals, but not in a fake voice. Not in a fake voice. Just don't do the fake.
How do you want them to sing musicals?
I just be like, yeah. So what? So like, I like getting. It can just be like real about. Just be real about it. Like, yeah, no, I like musicals, but I ain't gonna try to sound like the female lead. I'm not gonna try to sound like the female lead in the musical. You know. Wow. Like Bing Crosby and all those other guys that were gay back then.
I don't think Bing Crosby.
Well, they were definitely bisexual.
Bing Crosby?
Yes.
He beat the shit out of his kids.
Yeah.
Gay guys don't beat the shit out of
Why? Because he was that repression. Like he was trying to hold. Like he couldn't tell anybody. Really? That's what I mean. It's cool.
I don't think he was gay. I think you get the only people that Rock Hudson and Bing Crosby.
The only people that termed the word gay and homosexual and straight and
happy.
It's people. Like there was never a term for
people.
It. Like sex is sex, whether you have it with a female or a male. It doesn't make a difference. But people, we started labeling. Society started labeling
gay.
Like that queer. Was never. It's like
what about queer?
All of that. It doesn't like sex is sex whether you have it. Even at the time of the Romans, they were having like sex with. It was everything. Like.
Hey, have you ever thought about being a podcaster like myself? Well, you can't be like me, but I want you to be that innovative, that wonderful, spectacular voice that the world needs. But you got to come to the What's the Play family because we moved over here to Anchor. We left Spreaker behind and we moved over here to Anchor.fm. Because Anchor is your one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free, and it's ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, like myself, so you can get paid to podcast. So remember, go to anchor.fm/start and join me and the What's to Play family. You know how to get a hold of me. And make sure you do it today because I can't wait to hear your podcast.
It was like a free-for-all of like, sex was sex.
I think that was kind of weird.
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying there was no distinction. But there was really no distinction. It was just normal.
Yeah, I feel you.
Have sex with whoever if it makes you feel good.
That's right.
There's no term for it.
There is no term.
You're not gay for it.
Yeah, I don't really know why.
You're not straight for it.
I understand that because I really don't know why there's a tag on that.
Because we've labeled
like a hashtag.
Society is the one that labeled it. There was never.
They've been labeling a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Ever since back in
they want to label a lot.
Like I don't even know why we have to term it now. Like whether you're heterosexual,
you know what's
bisexual.
weird?
What is
some of the weirdest sexual experiences that I've had. That doesn't define me. I'm not going to talk about stuff that's like, hey, things got a little wild last night with some people.
A lot of people's first kisses isn't with the opposite sex.
Well, I don't know, but like
No, I mean, I was just reading this study.
You know my house. It gets a little wild sometimes.
No, I'm just saying that.
But I wouldn't say that particular incident defines me of who I am.
People are made to feel like they're wrong for like being with like. I mean, why do we have to label it?
We don't.
Sex is something that like intercourse that makes you feel good. It doesn't matter whether it's two dicks, two vaginas, a dick in a vagina, or whatever.
Two dicks in a vagina,
or two dicks in a vagina, or one in the butt and one in the vagina,
one in the ear,
or either way, a girl's fist in another vagina.
We call that queer.
Fist. It's just sexual pleasure.
We're also still wondering why do they even have the word queer?
Why they have the word gay, homo, anything?
No, queer though. Like, I don't get that.
I think that's more of an insult. I think it's an insult. Like that. Might as well call people midgets. If we're gonna go with queer, right?
What about a midget queer? Yeah, my friend Cassie told me recently. She said, this is a funny shit. She said, her daughter when she was 8, she says, "Dad, you and mommy cuss a lot." why can't I have a time to cuss? And they go, all right, you get one shot, go for it. And she goes, well, can I say two? And they go, yeah, I guess. She's all, dick bitch.
No, those are 2 words.
And she said that, and her they started dying. That like they couldn't keep it together because they've never heard dick bitch before.
Oh my gosh!
Is that the funniest shit you heard?
That is. I know that's like the mildest.
This is also the girl. This is also the girl that called our friend Matt. You know, called him meat at a very young age, like at 6. She goes, "What's up with your friend meat?" Is that girl in tune?
Oh man,
she's in tune. Huh?
Oh, that's good.
How funny is dick bitch?
Good.
Dick bitch could mean a lot of things. Like you dick bitch.
It's like calling like beanbags next to calling me.
Right. But or you'd be like dick bitch.
I know. You know, that's so funny because like. That's how it goes to show you, like when parents cuss a lot, like their kids.
Yeah, but they come up with better shit.
No, but their kids like won't come up with like that, like bad of a word. Like look at that was like.
No, but dick bitch is badass.
No, it is. But I'm saying it's
have you heard that before?
No, it's good. But I'm just saying she chose like the daughter.
It's kind of like when I heard shit fuck for the first time. Shit fuck.
It's like when I heard.
No, but okay. So this is what happened to me, Miss Meg Lee.
Yes.
I was young, about the same age, and I wrote like an idiot. You know those post-it note pads.
You wanted to get in trouble because you didn't care. You're like my brother.
Post-it note pads.
You want to test.
I wrote every cuss word I knew at like 7 or 8 on this pad.
You're totally testing.
And I just left the pad, and then I went outside to play.
You remind me of my brother. You liked pushing buttons, and I bet you loved just what can I do?
Good thing you were my sister.
What can I do to get my parents?
Good thing you were my sister. Good thing I met you at an older age.
I know. I would be like, oh gosh, not again. Here he goes again. Like you're.
Oh god. Oh my god. Imagine.
Yeah.
If I was like trying to hog the spotlight during the time that you really.
No, I would let you have a spot. I'm like, oh gosh, but he's got to do it by doing something wrong just to get like everybody.
You would make little snide comments like, "At least I'm not like that."
I'm like, oh
at least
gosh.
I have my shit together.
I'm like, really, Mikey? Really, really, Steven? Really, Steve?
Yeah, at least I have my
really,
stuff.
Stevie?
Do you see him? At least I'm just going to go back to my studying.
Mom, Stevie, you know, he's doing it again. He's trying to bother me while I'm doing my homework. You know, homework
that's what you'd say. You'd say
homework that I don't ask for help for. I just do it myself.
Well, I'm doing my homework. That's what you'd say. Not like you're trying to do something like interesting. Or
I'd be like, Mom, I'm trying to
figure out science.
You wanted me to tutor Stevie, but he's not listening. I don't have time for this. I got other stuff to do, like trying to, solve the world's problems, and I got to.
I'm trying to run for office in 2024.
His basic algebra. I mean, who doesn't know algebra? You should know algebra by now. I can't. It's a lost cause.
He wants to do his spirit.
He's a lost cause.
He wants to sing in his musicals.
Mom, he's a lost cause. I can't help him. Okay, he's not going to know math. He's not going to know. I can't do it.
So, Miss Meg Lee, I want to show you something that happened to me, I believe last week, maybe a week before. No, last week. I'm in a pro wrestling forum, or a pro wrestling Facebook group.
Oh yeah, the groups, yeah. The fanatic groups, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I wouldn't say it's my proudest moment.
Oh, were you arguing again with another group member?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I got you.
Well, I have a very extensive knowledge base.
Yeah, you love calling people out on something?
No, I'm talking about wrestling.
But I know, that combined with calling people out,
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. But when I see travesties. So I want to play for you. The video in question. And then you can watch, and we'll watch this here live.
Okay.
And then you can comment, or you can see it for yourself. And then what happened is one of these commenters, coming up right now,
yeah,
Mr. Travis Flanders.
Okay.
We had a little skirmish.
For The Simpsons? Just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
That's Mr. Flanders.
Oh, yeah.
Or what is his name?
Yeah, Flanders.
Just Flanders?
I think Flanders.
This guy's way better.
Okay.
Well, you'll find out.
Okay. I remember you talking about how, not about him, but you were talking about how you got in a little tiff with somebody.
That was him.
Okay.
And so we recorded an interview, but I want to do first pre and then post interview.
Yeah, I'm wondering what was this all about?
So setting it up.
Yeah.
There's this video in question is back in 1997, the faction in the WWF at the time, WWE.
Okay.
That was led by Triple H.
Okay. Yeah.
And he had the Road Dogg Jesse James.
Yeah.
and Badass Billy Gunn and X-Pac. And they formed D-Generation X.
Okay.
And their arch rivals were Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He was the leader of the Nation of Domination.
Okay.
And he had a couple other black guys in his group.
Okay.
You probably wouldn't know their names. One of them was named Mark Henry. The Godfather, he used to come out with pimps and hoes and stuff.
Oh, wow.
He was a pimp. They had his hoes. And then there was this guy named D'Lo Brown, which he's not really. He's but he was... So what happened was Triple H, who's now the VP of Entertainment, in case anybody wants to go ahead and look him up and then email him and ask him why the fuck did he come in blackface.
Oh.
So he pretended to be The Rock. And it was very stereotypical. In fact, but it was...
Because they like to talk shit against each other,
it was
right?
at the
That's
time
like what
of
wrestlers do, right?
Right, that's what they do. So that's true.
Okay.
So it was in the context of wrestling.
Yeah.
Which pretty much has a history...
cheesy shit talk.
Of total vile racist, but it's all in the guise of, hey, we're wrestling. Yeah. We're a bunch of hillbillies anyways.
Yeah. That's the whole
Who cares? And we all kind of like... But this gentleman, not Mr. Flanders, another gentleman posted this particular segment into my pro wrestling group that I'm a part of.
Okay, yeah.
And I saw it, and I didn't even look at any of the comments. I just, as a throwaway comment, I said, really, right now? You know? Let's see. I got it right here.
Peter comment.
Peter comment?
No, read the comment. I want to hear what the comment was.
Yeah, I do too, because it's been a while. I think it was a couple weeks ago. So, my memory only goes to the last conversation I just had with my doctor. Did you watch wrestling, Ms. Meg Lee?
I always thought it was too fake. Like I couldn't get into it because it was like unbelievably fake.
So if they're in blackface, that's fake.
I guess.
What are you trying to say, Miss Meg Lee?
Didn't they do that in the Little Rascals though too?
Yeah, they did it pretty much throughout time.
Yeah, like it's. I don't understand really though. Like people are getting too sensitive. I don't understand why people get so hurt feelings about.
Well, blackface is kind of.
No, but what? It's like what?
Well, because it harkens back. It harkens back to the vaudevillian days when white people used to watch other white people dress as black people to make fun of them.
Well, what about people that want to dress up as like a Mexican and want to paint themselves brown?
That was me. I'm a Mexican that dressed up as a Mexican at 5 years old.
So yeah, just like what like.
I was Pancho Villa.
If we're going to give it a physical description, how is anybody going to know that you're black, Mexican, or even Asian? You can paint yourself yellow, whatever. I don't know, but
you can paint yourself yellow.
Well, it's like a yellow.
Like Asian people?
Yeah, like
I never thought Asian people look yellow.
Maybe like a slight yellow tint, like a little jaundice.
Really?
Tint, like
here it is. Okay. So here's the post. Jesus Christ, we just did. Hey, you did jaundice tip. So, anyways,
is that a troll?
That's Triple H as The Rock. So let me just play this for you.
I thought that was really actually.
I guess we're gonna play this live on the podcast, which I think we should. It's not allowed on the WWE network now when they just moved to Peacock. They moved to Peacock recently.
Oh, they did.
The network has now been shifted to Peacock.
Is that an online-only one?
Yeah, it's Hulu, or it's like Peacock is all the NBC
like
shows.
HBO Max.
Here it comes. Okay, here it is.
Wait a minute. We're expecting DX here. Must be the nation's
what year?
No. Oh my God, JR, look at this.
So they're pretending to be The Rock.
I am not believing this.
The music in it.
So you gotta know your role, huh? Then we're gonna find out what everybody's role is here now. Look at DX.
That's supposed to be Owen Hart, because he's part of the nation too.
Owen Hart's in Calgary, and Mark Henry's down in Texas.
It's supposed to be The Godfather, but it's not. It's Billy Gunn.
What China? Yeah, always
You can talk in the mic.
Okay.
And so dealer used to be like and look at there it is. That Mizark is supposed to be Mark Henry.
What does that mean? Part of The Rock will now be played by Triple H. Look at that eyebrow.
That's pretty funny.
It is.
Look at the Godfather. Let's see. What'd that mean?
Whoa, that JR. That was the most racist thing I think I've heard.
Classic.
Look at his hair. It's the Rock right hair. Like.
You know, the Croc just came from the bathroom. Croc. And you should have smelled what the Rock was cooking. Oh, look at Velo. Nace ain't gonna like this. I ain't faking. You should have smelled what the Rock was baking. The Rock was baking. Brother was baking. Look Look at D-Lo, he's the man!
That's what D-Lo used to do. Like, he used to always, like, get the rocks back and then go up, like, on the face. Kind of like that, but not, like, ridiculous.
What's going on here now?
I can do the people's elbow.
Uh-oh, it's the people's elbow, JR! Oh, the best damn elbow in the business, according to The Rock. Look at this.
As a matter of fact,
People's elbow. And the people are standing up. Look at that.
when it comes to the croc and the ladies, and the croc hits rock bottom, he has no choice but to lay the smack down on himself. You hear that? The brother smacks himself down.
Well, look at me though. Oh, man. Can you imagine The Rock? He's broken every piece of furniture in his living room right now.
This guy's great. He's
nose would park a bus on his face.
oh, you remember when Hart Big Nose?
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
He sounds just like Owen Hart. Who is this guy? Nobody knows who that guy was.
Did you hear that voice? What? Nobody listens to me. Nobody gives a damn what I think. And what the hell am I doing wearing this ridiculous outfit? I look like a damn road sign.
And that's what Owen Hart was really wearing.
What the hell am I? A school crossing? You know, I tried to be a tough guy, but I just couldn't grow my damn beard in. And you know what? I am not a nugget. I'm a black heart, damn it! A winner, a soul survivor! Woo! Things are not well in Calgary tonight. That is Owen Hart. And if anybody smells what The Rock is cooking, it's me. Look how big my damn nose is. What the hell am I? An aardvark? What does the brother look like?
I remember Owen Hart's nose was,
Look at Milo.
was huge.
Hey, Rock.
Me is Ark Henry.
I don't know what you're cooking. Smells like shit.
Oh, my.
But I think I'll eat some anyway.
Wow, right? That like, you know what I mean?
You know something, Mark Henry? Me is Ark Henry.
Right.
I know you're the world's strongest man, and the Croc's got a hell of a body himself. But there's one thing the people want to know. How do you get your pecs to go all the way around to your back like that?
Oh, man.
What he wants to know is how... Shut up! Look. Shut your mouths and know your role. Nation,
Look at his eyebrow.
it's real simple. We got 2 words for you. Suck it!
Oh, you talk about throwing some gasoline on this rivalry.
So Ms. Meg Lee, that was the skidding question. I just simply, like, this guy that posted, this guy, Chris, he gives a fuck, Zabdisky?
Yeah.
Sounds like Domzlowski. So look at, but everybody that starts posting after that was like,
say that?
classic! Don't know what the Croc is cooking. So, whatever. If anybody knows what, everybody just, this was got to be the funniest thing, DX. I mean, it was almost over the top rhetoric. I mean, it's okay. It's fun. I mean, it's not really funny because, it is funny for the time, but now the times have changed. And like that Mizark thing wasn't that, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to make excuses. I just felt that in
You're
this
saying
climate,
it wasn't offensive. You're saying it was, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think
I wouldn't say it's offensive, but I would say that in this climate, either you want to, like I said, poke the bear, or you want to try to create.
What is the other person saying? What was
try to create controversy?
Yeah.
Or you're doing it for. It's not the right time for it.
So what are you trying to say that the
I just said like time and place, man.
Say like
all right, maybe in a couple of years if it dies down and people kind of get like,
so
all right.
What did he say about what was his comment on that?
Okay, so then you go down to me, right? What my comment is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get to my comment, right? Okay. So it goes all down here, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was the one that commented. Okay. Oh shit. Did they delete my comments? Did they? Oh, maybe because I posted the Who Cares podcast. No. Oops. That's me.
So they're saying that, like,
and I know this is like ridiculous, but I wanted to show the vitriol. And it was great because the discourse that we had.
It does.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. There it is. I found it. They didn't take it out. All I put was poor timing on this post, my dude. That's what I put.
Okay, meaning like.
Yeah, like why now?
For the video, you're saying that whoever posted
it. Like why are you gonna? There's so many archival footage.
Is the person that's posting it? Is he trying to be negative, or is he trying to say like, look, or is he trying to say this was funny? Was he trying to put it out there like in a positive way? Like
this positive way. Like this. When the climate right now in the world is, we have BLM, we have a vitriol on all sides. Right now is a heated time for race. Do you want to like add to like that, or do you want to why don't you just chill the fuck out, watch how everything plays out, and just if it's been offending people a little bit, that's why go all the way back and start finding what a lot of people would deem offensive now. I know you're not supposed to hold your tongue, but I was just kind of like, really? Right now? That's kind of poor timing. I wouldn't do that.
So you must have had like some kind of moment of, you must have been like all high and mighty when you wrote that.
That's right. That's right. I'm still sitting on that chair.
I know.
High and mighty.
Well, it looks like you got you had a little bit of the high and mighty kind of
complex. I'm not trying to be high and mighty.
No, you're not trying to be high and mighty, but you're trying to be like, because usually you would be the person that's trying to kind of
poke the bear
and put it out there.
But I know right now that particular subject fucking wound up and they're really pissed. Give me a time like that.
Or it's kind of
last year.
Or
anytime during Barack Obama's.
People that have seen like the Joker movie where he gets everybody like all about that.
Perfect. Okay, so it's kind of like if you remember that guy that killed all those people in Colorado?
Yes.
Right? Then you post something of the Joker killing everybody in a movie. There's a clip from the Joker, and you're going to post he's killing everybody in a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of like that.
But I think it's kind of like somebody saying like, look, guys, this is funny. It's funny when somebody dressed up in blackface. It's not like insulting. It's like, I wouldn't be insulted.
I would say the funniest part of that was Owen Hart, and the guy in blackface wasn't that funny.
I thought the one that played The Rock was funny because he made himself.
Triple H, the vice president of WWE.
Is it supposed to be believable that he's The Rock if he just makes himself like his regular? I mean, he kept himself.
He barely put some fucking.
Yeah, because
Rock is a light skin.
He did his. Yeah, I think they matched the color.
Do you think he could have gotten away with it without even putting it on there? I think so. I don't even think the skin coloring was that offensive. I think that his nappy-headed like wig on the top, because Rock has never had a hair like that.
It wasn't really nappy.
It was a goddamn clown hat.
It was
a black clown hair.
But it's almost like roasting somebody.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You know, and it's
and that's how we looked at it back then.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Anybody that posts that, I don't think that. Have you seen these guys in this group?
It's probably like, why does everybody gotta be so serious all the time?
That's what everybody starts to say, though. Yeah. But they don't say it to me nicely.
Oh, yeah, because they're like, gosh, why is this guy in the group?
Damn, are you friends with these people?
Why is he in our group? He's in the wrestling group, right? He knows he's in a wrestling group.
You know why? Because I'm the yin to their yang.
When did Mr. Serious get into this wrestling group?
When did Mr. Thinker?
Does this guy even believe in wrestling?
When did the biggest?
Can somebody vote him out?
When did the man with the biggest brain enter this group? That's what they're thinking. It's almost too big for his skull. And when did the man that thinks about the world before everybody else?
Can somebody get this killjoy out of here?
All right, so this is what happens. This is what everybody says to me. This guy named Robert Smith, right? Oh, you set yourself up for that one, did you? Knew someone would whine about this.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when he got... Now he's being offensive.
Now he's making you...
Now this is offensive.
Hey, why don't you just basically tell you...
Get some cheese with that wine?
Go join the march, buddy. Go join the march.
All right, so I had to tell him. I said, Robert Smith, just pointing out the obvious. It was either done A, on purpose, during a ridiculous but really racially sensitive climate. B, because the poster was completely oblivious and or possibility of a lower IQ. Robert, when you aren't being the front man for the cure, which ideology do you fall into?
He's like, I got your ideology right here. Spit on this, buddy.
God damn it, these people are going to love you. The next person goes. This guy's name is Naila Arala. And I found he's like from Scotland, which I don't know that's a Scottish name, but I can't even say it right. So maybe I'm just doing some racial ass overtones right now.
Hey.
All right, look at he goes, why are you hating, bro? There was way more fucked up storylines out there. I go, hating on what? Blackface, bro? Here in America, because he's from like Ireland or something. Here in America, it's a volatile atmosphere. Be thankful you're not experiencing the divide. Ours is. I simply said, not time and place, but I've been called a whiner and a hater. I put laugh out loud. If you'd both like to discuss, discourse is the key. So I'm encouraging everybody to be discourse.
I feel like
have discourse.
You're sounding like that Chinese girl that got offended when somebody said meow.
Is that what he said? Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you
fucking Winnie the
meow,
Pooh's buddy?
meow.
Is she Winnie the Pooh's donkey friend?
It's like,
Yeah,
bitch, he was just trying to say hello to you in Chinese.
Look at me and Mark Henry and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson are actually personal friends, close personal friends.
Yeah. What do they call you guys?
Look at if anybody
the whiny sewing circle.
If anybody did you in half Latin, half white makeup,
yeah, and talk like Bart Simpson or
I kick him in the face.
But it's all it's good. It's called
Yeah, no, it's not because Triple H hated The Rock. But here we go. Here's another one. Matt Herrick goes, "Oh, are you a sensitive little soul?"
I know, kind of like their comments. Like I'm gonna have to join the crowd on this.
Damn
one.
it! And then he tells that Irish dude, he is a sensitive little soul. What a bunch of weaklings this world is becoming. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy because they're saying the comments that you would have normally said, and then they day of the week.
Not against black people with blackface.
You're turning into
an American.
What is that? What did you call yourself? A Gen Zer?
Gen Zer? Gen Zer. That sounds like something you like a bra. Gen Zer, huh? And then Matt Herrick keeps going on and on, right? This goofy looking motherfucker. Look at Matt Herrick goes, Stephen Moraga, yes, you oh yeah, look at yes, you definitely have a lower IQ. Like what? Where did that come from?
He's also like, you must have a pussy too.
Like you just said, I have a lower IQ. That doesn't even make sense. That's not even in the context of what we're talking about.
They don't care. They're like, the next comment.
You know why they don't care?
Hey, do you also have a pussy?
You know why they don't care? Because they're working at fucking Walmart. And they got out the job and they're coming home to Karen, popping open a fucking bud, yelling at their kids that haven't been around for a couple of days because they're out huffing paint, smoking meth, and running around into the lakes and streams or whatever the fuck you do in the Midwest.
But they're like, at least we didn't transition. At least we didn't
transition to a black man like I just did. Yes, but you know what?
No, you transitioned to a black woman with a vagina.
All right. So look at this. So everybody's just taking pot shots. Yeah. Nobody on here is getting the vitriol that I'm getting, right? This is pretty funny, right? Then Matt Herrick keeps going.
Yeah.
And he tells Robert Smith, he goes, yeah, there is always one out there. And I'm looking at this, I'm going, if these motherfuckers only knew.
Oh, man.
If they only listen to this podcast.
You gave them so much material because, like, all of their cars are just...
Did I give them that much material on purpose? Or...
I don't know.
Do I have a hatred for overalls?
I'm hoping that this was all part of your plan to get them.
Do I not like Skull?
I'm hoping that your answer is going to be, I was just allowing them to give their best comedic...
No, I said discourse.
Best comedic material. Like, because these are good. They're getting better.
Get the fuck out of here.
They're getting
that guy just threw out... Yeah, he has a low IQ. What the fuck is that? That's not a good comment.
Hey, do you have a vagina?
You know what I'm thinking, Miss Meg Lee? You are the one. You are all these people under the guise. You have like 40
I know,
Facebook.
I have 10 accounts. I'm sorry, guilty.
You're Matt Herrick, Robert Smith, and fucking.
It was just too funny. You just
some guy from Scotland.
Just totally walked right into that one though.
Right. Totally. So then I have to come back. I go to Matt Herrick, the guy that called me lower IQ guy, right?
Uh-huh.
I put laugh out loud. Fair enough. See, I'm a good sport. You goof. My team will DM you and we can talk about my sensitive nature on my podcast. Please make sure you give us a couple of times available. But put down your beef on because Matt Herrick is from the Buffalo area. And I know that one of the staples of the Buffalo area is something called the beef on weck. It's pretty much a slobby fat sound.
You have family over there.
Yeah. Well, don't say that about my family.
No, yes. I was thinking you have family reunion over there.
Yeah.
Right, in Buffalo,
so I just said, put down your beef on weck for a minute and put those fat thumbs to work. And you just come over here and you come on the Who Cares podcast.
Yeah.
Well, of course. And then I DM'd him.
Yeah.
And guess what?
You found your new BFF.
No, that's not my buddy.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, this guy's still an idiot.
Oh, he still hates you?
Well, he never answered. And that's what we're talking about. Keyboard wars. I put my money where my mouth was. Let's talk about it. And he if he would have came on here, he would have found you as his lover.
We would have taken our show on the road for the comedic talk.
You would have totally left me.
Comedic actor. We're taking
you would have called it the Who Cares Cares podcast.
Stand-up comedy I always wanted to do.
The Who Cares podcast 2 with Matt and Megan.
Sorry, someone's not being a pussy. He's actually this person's not.
Yeah. No, Matt, you're pretty cool.
Someone's not so trying to be PC all the time.
Hey, I fucking hated working with that guy, Steven.
He's so PC. Turning to that. Or like, I don't know, some kind of old lady.
I think he was on the Golden Girls.
I think he was B. Arthur.
All right, so we got a couple more comments because everybody just...
Yes, give a good one.
Hey, look at Miss Meg Lee. You know that in real life, this happens to me all the time.
Yep, I feel like this is like you're reading your mean tweets. Like, you know, the mean
Oh, right.
Yeah. These are all directed towards you.
And I wouldn't want it any other way. But you know, when we go out and stuff...
Yeah.
They love you and want to punch me in the face. So over here, I guess I'm still mad at Matt Herrick. I put, Jesus, man. Maybe not. I've never seen such a... Oh, because I went and looked up Matt Herrick's Facebook page.
Now you're going to hit below the belt shots, huh?
I went and looked at... No, I'm telling you. It is quite possibly the saddest... He's talking shit to me. And then you go on his page and it's like this ode to a girlfriend of like, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe. And this guy looks miserable, broken. And maybe, just maybe, this is his only outlet. So I even gave him an olive branch because, man, maybe that was... I didn't know that, right? So I put, Jesus, man, maybe not. I've never seen such a sad and broken Facebook page as yours.
He maybe doesn't have legs either.
Maybe it's best we just leave you alone. I get why you lashed out. I'm giving you an olive branch because I got empathy.
Yeah.
Or a sensitive soul. Because goddamn...
He's like, shut up.
Your page about missing a girl was sad as fuck. That's what I said.
Oh, that's
so then Travis Flanders. This is the man who is coming up. Coming up, our interview with him. This man. Can you believe this? What he said to me? You're part of this cancel culture. Grow up. It's funny. Nothing racist about it.
Yeah.
And then I said, Travis Flanders. But laugh out loud. You assume much for a 60-year-old. I think you would know better for being 60. Never said I didn't think it was funny, but old looking like you. Old looking like you need to adapt.
Now it got personal.
Just like you, it doesn't age well. Neither does that skit.
Now we're getting personal.
Right. You know where I go. And then Travis Flanders hits me really hard. And he goes, I'm a lot younger than 60. You hide behind a keyboard, punk. There is no way in hell you'd say that to my face. I promise you. Grow up, you little pussy-ass punk.
Oh, he did use it. I knew it. Oh, man. I was going to... Wow. It's almost like he...
I know. And so now I'm like, this is getting a little serious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I felt that this is getting a little serious here, but...
But things take a turn?
Well,
Am I going to be shocked?
Well,
dun, dun.
This is what I told Travis Flanders. I say, take it easy. If you put on your glasses and look at the previous comments, I invited those with discourse onto my podcast. And you get so mad when your action of talking some unintelligible verbiage to me created a simple reaction. Otherwise, I never would have known you. I'll have my team book you for this week, and you can explain cancel culture to me. Fair? Travis Flanders takes up that fucking opportunity. Yeah. That fucking that man. He was a man's man. And he goes, very fair, let's do it.
Oh, shit.
And I put, sounds good.
Oh.
We'll DM you this evening.
And I think I might
and then he puts, I'll be waiting on it. Thank you. Okay. And then I write about the interview. Everybody can go to, I guess those would be Facebook groups, Pro Wrestling Classics, and I write about the interview that we had. Miss Meg Lee, are you excited to hear this interview?
Yes. Is it wrong for me? Is it wrong of me to be rooting for this?
Travis?
Yeah, Travis.
Yes. It's, you know?
Because I'm kind of, on this one, this is kind of, well.
I'm on an island over here? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I think you're on the PC island of fucking politically correctness.
Damn it.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm on a PC island. Puerto Rico?
When did you get so serious?
I'm on a Puerto Rico island?
Hey, when did you get so serious?
Puerto Vallarta?
When did you get so serious, ma'am?
That's it. How dare you? You barely listen to these guys for 2. We have been we have been friends forever.
Before you said Flanders' last comment, I was just gonna say the next comment's gonna be "Shut the fuck up, pussy." And sure enough,
he said that to me. Yeah, he called me pussy. And you know what though? So this is what happened, Miss Meg Lee. My team did DM him.
Yeah.
And our team did DM him. Like, I am an only child, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Our team did DM him. I don't think I did. Yeah, I think our team did. And then I got back to him, and he was right there, and he said, "I'm ready tomorrow." I said, "Can you give me a couple of days? Like which day? Give me like 3 options." And he said, "I'm ready tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh well, shit. Okay."
Here we go.
There we go. Let's do this. And now we FaceTimed each other. We come into the FaceTime. We're looking at each other mano a mano, not like keyboard warriors. Are you ready to listen to this interview?
Yep.
Well, get your popcorn ready. Travis.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. What was your name again?
I'm Steven.
Nice to meet you, Steven.
Pleasure to meet you too, man.
I'm taking a little bit out of my busy day. Just got home from work, and so we're ready to go.
I feel you, man. And just for the record, yes, you do look much younger than 60. Man, you're only a couple years ahead of me. Listen, man, just wanted to touch base with you. I think that what happened yesterday was, I just wanted to tell you, man, I understand completely the vitriol that we had. However, I would like to just address, I just found it fascinating that the comment that I made was the only one that really got any kind of traction on that board. Everybody else had talked about it. And the only comment I made, let me see if I pull it up here. Yeah, exactly. And not to say that who doesn't hate the culture, the media. They're doing nothing but trying to divide us. 1,000%.
Hey, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I was in politics from 1998.
Huh?
I'm a former mayor of my town.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're what?
A former mayor.
No way. Travis Flanders, you are
Yes.
A former mayor of where?
I was on the city council of my town. And from 1998 until 2005. All right. So I was on the city council, mayor, city council.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. What town? Real quick. I'm sorry. Cut out. What town?
South City, Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Georgia. I know you're from. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I ran for state representative. I was 22 years old, and I ran for state representative against a 19-year incumbent Democrat, and still come out with like 38% of the vote in a heavily Democratic district.
Well, we know now that Georgia did go very Democrat.
And that same person I ran against went to the Republican Party in the next election.
Of course he did.
All right. Because he wanted to save his chairmanship that he had in Ways and Means, and that's one of the most powerful committees in politics. I mean, in Congress, state legislative, Ways and Means, control all your taxes, he wanted to keep that. Totally understand. I have nothing against Richard Roll. If Richard Roll was a great guy, I just thought it was time for a change. He's been there 19 years. Probably have with these politicians.
Term him out.
Yes. Huh?
Term him out.
So
I'm saying term them out. 3, 4 years, 5, 6 years, something like that. Yeah, let's give them 6 years tops.
That's exactly what Ted Cruz from Texas proposed. Every single legislative year, he proposes a constitutional amendment limiting congressmen to 3 terms, which is 6 years, and senators get 2 6-year limits, 12 years, and then you can't cross over. Once you term out, you can't run for Senate. You can't run for Senate.
Absolutely.
And you're out. retirement. There's no gifts. There's no pension. There's nothing. That's what's wrong with that group we got in Washington. And the same thing right here in the state of Georgia. The same ones keep going in. It might flip-flop a little bit. You know what? There's an old Native American saying. American Indian, however you want to say it. I'm not politically correct.
I think that, wait, hold on. I think they're called, let's see, hold on. Let me get it right here. Now, Inuit is Eskimos. Indigenous? I don't know. Whatever term you want to use. Go ahead.
I grew up called American Indian.
1,000.
But great saying. I seen it a long time ago. The left wing and the right wing, they're the same bird, and they both flop. It takes both of them to get it to go.
Right.
So they're all part of the same body, through us and divides. Hence the culture. What people don't understand I call them the Socialist Party. That's what the Democrat Party's turned into, is a Socialist Party. And what they have done is they've taken like Answer Giovanni, Uncle Ben,
right,
and they take them off. But nobody's complaining.
Actually, you know who did? Real quick, you know who did complain was Aunt Jemima's family. They said that they didn't want. I think it was Aunt Jemima's family that they said they didn't want.
Right. They did not want her off because that was showing tribute.
She was a great woman. She worked her ass off to get some kind of celebrity at that time when it was you couldn't just post a podcast. She worked her ass off to get to some kind of celebrity. I think she was a slave, and she of course beat that, and then she became a celebrity, a national celebrity.
And so I hate to use the word idolize because I'm a Christian. Put her picture on there to give her tribute. That was her recipe, what she done. We had a black woman raise and rise up from slavery.
Absolutely.
To become a millionaire, sold her recipes, and there she is on the box. Same thing with Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben's out of Louisiana.
He's a real guy?
Yeah, Uncle Ben's a real guy. And so
it's Betty Crocker, is it or isn't, right? That's the Uncle Ben's a real guy. Okay.
And then the guy with the cream of wheat, he invented that cream of wheat. The Northerners up there ate. So, but they took him off. You understand what I'm saying? So they're all real people, and I hate to use the word blackface, but it's like they took the black faces off all the products. But look at this now. The progressives ain't complaining about Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right.
They're not complaining about.
But he definitely isn't a Kentucky. I mean, he is a Kentucky colonel, but that guy never fought in any kind of war as a colonel. Anybody could be a Kentucky colonel, right? That's from what it. Honorary, right?
Honorary colonel of the militia of the Kentucky.
No, I looked into that. Do you know anybody that's a Kentucky colonel that could get you and I both to be? Because I would definitely wear a white suit all day.
That's the problem. You hit on it at the very beginning. The media right now
is our enemy.
Is our enemy.
Absolutely.
Facebook has now become our enemy.
Yep.
And Twitter has become our enemy. You know, I was not I voted for Trump, so I let everybody know.
Absolutely.
So I'm fixing to put it on. If he would have just kept his mouth shut, he would have went right back in office.
Right back.
Because now, let me explain something to you. I'm in the construction industry, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of COVID, pandemic. I didn't say pandemic, I said plandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Because
absolutely.
This whole thing trying to control it. And then they throw out this cancel culture there. This is the way that they have got to divide us. So they come out here and like, descent are you from?
Absolutely. What? I'm sorry?
What descent are you?
I'm Hispanic and white. I mean, I have Irish, English, German, French, Canadian, which I just found out it was French Canadian. I thought it was French because I'm like, really French Canadian? Because those guys are a bunch of weirdos. But I guess that's because Chris Benoit, he killed those people. And one of my buddies that was French Canadian, I called him up right after that happened. I said, "You goddamn French Canadians!" And then I find out like a year later that I'm French Canadian. So whatever. So I'm pretty much a mutt. I understand that, but half Hispanic and then the rest white. Mutt.
So what they're doing at the border right now is
it's horrible.
It's horrible. But they're going to use that as a dividing wedge to try to divide the Hispanic community.
I'm with you.
The white community from the black community. You got a triangle here where we're all white. And I'm going to tell you something. I've got several black friends. Several.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to name their names because they don't want everybody to know.
Yeah, because right now you sound like you have. I have a black friend. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing.
That voters for Trump.
Oh, 100%.
You tell me a man who got 32% of the black vote, 3% of the Hispanic vote,
right,
and still lost the election.
You know who lost. You know who lost it for him was young white males.
That's correct. And the problem is because of our educational system, where we've got more progressives and they're teaching our kids today, and they're teaching them more about socialism than they are talking about capitalism. Capitalism works, socialism failed. Look at Venezuela. The prime example.
Absolutely.
Where socialism fails.
1,000. It's crazy that we even. You know what? It was meant to be that we have this discourse because I want to apologize to you, Ben.
I apologize to you for calling you a pussy. And you would say it to me I do.
Well, I mean, look, we're here. We both talk to each other, and I think for reference for people listening and stuff. Yesterday, I posted in a pro wrestling forum. I said the only thing that I was trying to get across, and hold on one second, the only thing that I was trying to get across yesterday was I just felt that in a time of such divisiveness like we've been talking about, of course, who didn't think that was funny in 1988 and still funny today? But either you're trying to poke the bear or you're, because I'm looking at the comments too. I looked at it recently, and it's almost like everybody in there is like, oh, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's the greatest thing that ever. And I understand that everybody is saying that because of the backlash of what the media is trying to do, because everybody right now, if the black population is only 13% of the population, why is it to many, many white people? Why is it that they're being inundated? And then when somebody like me comes along and says, hey, right now, really, my thinking was, it was a throwaway comment to me. I just thought, like, really, man, right now, like, fine. And I'm not even, and who am I to judge anyways? I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner. I am not Don Lemon. I'm not Edison Cooper. Yeah, he's a terrible individual. Really, man, right now you're going to post that post. And from that, just unleashed, and the vitriol was unheard of. I've never seen anything like that. And I'm like, holy shit, maybe in my mind, yesterday, it really, I don't want to say woke me up because I don't want to use that term. Dislike the radicals on both sides. Whether it be woke culture, that it was just not the right time and the right place right now to be posting that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's all.
I understand is that, and I'm going to tell you the reason you had that backlash, all right?
Okay.
Is because the media makes thinking that the majority feel this way. They feel like the majority of whites feel this way. They feel the majority of them.
Feel what way? Feel what way? What do you mean?
That we're with them. Like we need to take all these people off of boxes. We need to prop up Black Lives Matter. We need to pop up, All Lives Matter or whatever,
Right.
Whatever today's story is, we need to prop it up. But you know what? We're the media, so we get to tell you what you can, what you can't think.
Right.
So the problem is the reason you got a backlash is because people are.
Yeah, that's what I understood. Yeah.
They say, and they're tired of the freedom of speech being hindered just to make somebody else feel good. Well, you know what? I grew up with Archie Bunker.
Right. Hey, no, right. And I listen, my man. I just played. There's a clip, and I think everybody should watch this. It's where Archie Bunker goes to George Jefferson's son's wedding. Lionel, and he's marrying a black lady. But then Archie Bunker, George Jefferson about you better get your mammy in place, and George Jefferson's mother goes, "Who you calling mammy?" And then she, and he goes, "Whoa!" And then he sees a white dude. And he goes, "What are you, the caterer?" And the white dude goes, "No, I'm the bride's dad." And Archie Bunker goes, "Oh, this I got to see," because he knows that George Jefferson is just as the writing on that was perfect because it made fun of the goof of the white guy and it made fun of the goof of the black guy. And we just all are trying to figure this whole thing out. No country in the world is as progressive as we are and is trying to assimilate together the way that we are. And yes, there's going to be peaks and valleys, but we're going to have to get it together. But it doesn't do us justice when you have this divisiveness by the media, when you have divisiveness by our leaders, local and, at the top level. And you have to the people will just get along. Well, you're in Georgia. How, it's black and white pretty much. You don't have that many Hispanic. Maybe you do. I'm not really sure.
Oh, we do. Where I live.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hispanics are everywhere.
Right. The thing about it is, we all get along.
Right. We have to laugh at our individual norms, and we have to make fun of it. We don't have to be so serious about it.
I've had Hispanic people in my house grilling out. I've had black families in my house grilling out. I have white people because that's my family.
Absolutely. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of it. You should be ashamed that you're white.
South, I fly the St. Andrews Cross.
Right.
I'm supposed to go to Klan rallies and all.
Absolutely. One of my questions, Travis, is what age did you get your cross, hood, and swastika?
Let's see. My grandfather was a Pentecostal preacher. He died at 92 years old in 1996, and he never called a black man a black man. In his day, they're all
colored. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the norm back then.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I told my granddaddy one time when he was talking to one of his guys that he knew who was black. I ain't gonna say his friend, but there's he goes, hey, you need to how's that colored guy think you doing?
Right.
And I told my granddad, I said, Granddad, you can't call him colored. What are they?
Right. Yeah, right.
So then Jesse Jackson runs for office, and he comes up with this term, African American.
What was it? Jesse Jackson? Was he the one?
Jesse Jackson in 1984 told the moderator of the debate.
No way.
That he was not a black man, but African American.
No shit.
African American movement.
No shit.
Yeah. So and then like some.
You know what? He had a lot of traction at that time, right?
He did. When Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton died. I say about 50% reduction in the amount of bullshit that comes out of their mouth.
1,000. I don't know how much Jesse Jackson is getting pretty old, but Al Sharpton, but both of them, they have done nothing. But to me, is what I've seen is Tawana Brawley. From that to Al Sharpton has done nothing but victimize his own people and pocketed on his own people.
How many viewers do you have?
We're in a couple thousand per episode. I don't know, something like that.
All right. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you a story, and I need your help.
Okay.
There's a stupid law in this state passed by the Democrats, the old Southern Democrats, back in the 1990s, 1996 to be. And it says if you can commit a violent act, you're going to serve 98% of your sentence. No eligibility for parole.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, over here, if it's not federal, over here you serve about 20%.
So let me tell you about a friend of mine named Jeremy Ray.
Okay.
Jeremy Ray was a senior at Georgia Southern University down in Statesboro, Georgia.
Okay.
His cousin comes over and he is a struggling black guy trying to pay for college. All right. He is. This is all before there's Pell Grants going out, and you can go to college for free and all that. We struggled back in the 90s to pay to go get through college.
1,000.
From a very poor family. Very poor family. He was the most smilingest, nicest. Matter of fact, when I was in 6th grade, he ran to 8th graders off the list trying to give me a wedgie in the back. That's what kind of guy this is, all right? I'm just telling you.
No, 100%. That's honest. Hey.
Hey,
no, that's bullying. That's bullying, and if you can never go through that. You can never go through that because if you do, you get a 6th place trophy, and you get that's a whole other story. I know. I'm sorry. I hate to. I'm sorry.
It made me who I am today. What did I tell you when I went to boarding school? What happened to me? But you can call me back again. We'll talk about that.
1,000.
But Jeremy Ray did something stupid one night of his life in Statesboro, Georgia. He went and held up 3 restaurants.
Oh shit!
To try to get some money.
Okay.
His cousin his lawyer was able to get the paperwork in to get a plea deal.
And this is a black dude, black buddy of yours? He's black? Or he's a white guy?
He's black.
Black dude, okay.
Yeah, both of them are black.
Okay.
Jeremy's lawyer missed the deadline to get the paperwork. So he's like, so his lawyer said, the only thing we do is take it to trial. Well, of course they're going to find him guilty. because his damn, his description.
He was a public pretender? Is that what you said? He was a public pretender? Yeah, okay.
He misfiled the paperwork. So he can only have to serve 7 years. This guy served 22 years in prison.
You gotta be shitting me.
And he still got 23 more years to go. And he has not had a disciplinary report since 2005. He mentors inmates that's got short times to get their GEDs. He's a part of the prison ministry program. He gets no trouble. He stays to himself. Our governor in this state does not have the authority, and this all goes back to segregation, to pardon people. They have to go through the pardon and parole board.
What do you mean that goes back to segregation? I don't know if everybody understands what you mean by that.
Because, so back in the 1960s,
right.
1950s and 60s.
The Jim Crow laws is what you're talking about?
The Jim Crow days. Let's say it that way.
Okay.
Well, the white, let's say, because almost everybody who was white was not a member of the damn Klan back then. So when the Klan went out.
Yeah, really? That's true, huh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's very true. I mean,
no. I mean, we don't know because I'm out here in Southern California. My family, my mom's side is white. I grew up in a Hispanic white area here in Whittier, California. Here, and so we really don't know how much the Klan, I guess, was really.
Klan was very prevalent back in those days. The Klan
really?
It started dying off up to the 1990s. I'm just being honest with you.
Really?
It was just a bunch of hillbilly rednecks just getting together to do stupid stuff.
No, 100%.
Back then, it was like your doctors and your dentists and your lawyers. Everybody was a member of the Klan.
That's so crazy.
So what was happening was they was committing these acts of violence, and the governor was turning around and pardoned them.
Okay.
Because like Jordan Busby, and some more, they was out there pardoning these guys. So they done it. The state legislature says, well, we're going to take away your pardoning power, so we're going to put it before.
Because the Klan ties. Because the Klan ties. I got you.
Yeah. And so I mean,
forgive me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Robert Byrd? Was he from your guys' state?
No, he's from West Virginia. And
okay.
He was the grand dragon over all of the United States. Serving in the United States Senate.
And he's wait. And he was what party was he?
Democrat Party.
Democrat Party, exactly.
He founded the Klan.
Jesus Christ.
The Democrat Party founded the Klan in Tennessee. The Democrat Party is the one who kept blacks out of restaurants. The Democrat
They still do.
Party, they kept them in the back of the bus. The Democrat Party. Yeah, let's keep going. The Democrat Party has always kept minorities down. And I said minorities.
1,000%.
I said minorities.
Minorities, exactly.
Always kept them down.
Because they need votes.
Over time, Kamala Harris is not black, and I don't care what anybody says. Not black. Right? So they don't know what a black person actually goes through. Come down here to the South, and you can actually see how the police treat black people down here, because it happens. I've seen it. I mean, I know it happens. I'm not an idiot.
Right.
I'm a very libertarian guy.
I feel you.
I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Republican.
No, because I think the Republicans are just one. What's the term? Half dozen of another, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm an American, and that's what
absolutely.
And that's why I'm pushing so hard right now. We need to get Jeremy Ray out of prison.
Okay.
We are asking for help to get him out. I mean, we're starting up to change.org, and if you would help me out with that.
Yeah.
And I need to take like 5 million signatures to the parole board.
Okay.
And say, hey, look, we want him out of prison.
Okay. So Jeremy, and playing devil's advocate. Jeremy, the good guy.
I'm sorry.
Jeremy is not great guy. I mean, he's obviously like he did hold up a couple of restaurants, but he's a good guy.
Yes, I will vouch for Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy Ray, he sat there and told me, look, I made a mistake. I screwed up.
Right. Haven't we all?
But you've got child molesters out here.
Right.
Who actually hurt somebody.
100%.
And they serve 7.
Not just hurt somebody, hurt kids in their formative years. You got to be kidding me. That's when you do something to a child, man. That's unspeakable.
Back to Charlie Daniels' song. Damn swamp. Damn stump and let God do it. That's how I feel about child molesters.
1,000. No, 1,000.
Anybody ever heard? if a man walks into a damn bathroom while my daughter's in there using the bathroom,
Yeah, you
I'm going there and whip his ass and get him out.
Right. Yeah, all bets are off. One thought.
I don't care about the LGBTQ, whatever.
Right.
I don't care about it.
Yeah, real quick, I want to touch that. Make sure we get Jeremy Gray's change.org. But I do want to touch on that though. Do you think?
Ray.
What? I'm sorry.
Jeremy Ray. I'm gonna send you a link. If you can text me your email address, I'm gonna send you a web page that was created for him.
Absolutely.
Explain everything. And so our whole class that graduated in 1994 from Cook High School has signed a letter requesting. And so we said, you know what, 20 signatures ain't going to do it. We need to get up here and we need to go to change.org. I've already talked to the state legislators. I've talked to the deputy director of the Department of Corrections here to get information to make sure, I want to make sure he's telling us the truth and he hadn't gotten in trouble. And he hadn't. I've done my due diligence of investigating.
Right. He's done how long? He's done 20 years?
He's done 22 years, going on his 23rd year.
I think he's good. I think he's okay. I think he learned his lesson. God damn it. Oh, no offense. I know you're a church going man, but Jesus Christ.
And in the cell with the 5 other guys. And he's trying his best. The only thing he wants is a miracle. And I'm brother, it's going to take a miracle to get him out of prison.
Man, and listen. I want to touch too. We're going to talk about the LGBTQ. How soon do you think it is till we have to start accepting pedophiles?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I were to tell you 15, 20 years ago that like this trans movement is so prevalent, and what would you think that the trans people, or whatever you want to call it, people, he, she, they, how much of the population really is? I mean, would you say, of course, less than 1%, right? Exactly.
0.02%. So we're allowing 0.02%.
But what happens next? But what about we're seeing things now though too that people are getting mad at pedophile hunters and which obviously you don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to encourage vigilantes or absolutely not. But people are starting to do. There's a backlash against them. So what?
I say within the next 5 years they're gonna say it's all right because it's gonna be quote mental condition.
Exactly. Which it is. Hey, I mean, obviously the guy's mentally an idiot. Or he's just born wrong, or she's born wrong, or whatever you want to call it. But how do we, man? That's a tough one right there, right? It's a.
So let me give you another fine statistic. In the 1980s, they started shutting down mental hospitals.
Reagan. That's the one thing Reagan did. That I like Reagan, but that is.
So in the 1980s, they started shutting down mental hospitals. Mm-hmm. So from that time, now start looking at the rise in the prison population. All right. So from the 1980s to, I say, the year 2000, mm-hmm. you had almost a 60% jump in prison populations. Mm-hmm. Because now they say, you know what, well, if they commit a crime, we'll treat them in prison. So that's why you have all these mental health. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've got 2 mental health prisons in the state of Georgia. I worked in the prison system from 1996
Who knew, Travis?
1995. Until 2001, I worked in the Georgia Department of Corrections. I worked in where we had mental health inmates. Half of those inmates did not deserve to be in prison. We had this one inmate, Junior. He just kept going into the damn neighbor's yard.
Really?
So they kept getting him for criminal trespass. So to get rid of him, they locked him up in prison for criminal trespass.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. So, this is an amazing talk, man. That, you know what? It was meant to be that we talked shit to each other yesterday, and you know, it really was.
You find out me and you actually agree more. If America,
I knew
what me and you're doing right now,
and this is what we're trying to show. Absolutely.
This would be a whole different country.
I got labeled woke culture, a pussy, a sissy, a fucking little bitch, everything, just because I just felt that, like, man, right now, do you know what I mean? Not to say that, like, I get it. We didn't even, in 1997, we didn't know. I mean, and when they were
Henry and D-Lo, Rock, and Ron.
Right.
I met Ron Simmons so many times.
Right.
He's one of the most down-to-earth guys you ever met.
Right. So let me just preface it for everybody out there. Yesterday, I commented on a post. Everybody likes wrestling out there. In 1997, 96, 97, Triple H decided to impersonate The Rock, and Sean Waltman decided to impersonate Mark Henry, who was a black man, and they all wore blackface, or Triple H put a little darker face on, and he, whatever. And the video was posted in this group, and everybody just started going, "Oh, it's the greatest." And I'm like, man, really right now? Like, that's poor timing. That's all I thought. I don't know, man. And really and that was just a throwaway comment for myself, but the amount of hate that I got yesterday was unbelievable. And so, of course, I'm going to come back just as hard. And here we are with Travis Flanders, who ran for, who was a mayor in Georgia. He has worked in the correctional system, city council, and is a decent, good, God-fearing man, and just wants to help us all come together. And him and I yesterday we talked a lot of shit to each other. He said, "I bet you're not going to talk to my face. I'm going to smash your face." I'm like, I'm ready to go down. And I called him some terrible things too. Look here we are today. We're making it better because we can. I said, well, all right, well, you want to be on the podcast? And he goes, yeah, I'll be on your fucking podcast. I'll be on that fucking cast. I'll be on that goddamn cast. And here you are, and FaceTiming each other. And man, I think I found a friend.
And exactly. And so the way we got to do this is we got to come together.
1,000.
And we can be keyboard warriors all day long. I love these people who sit behind their in their mama's basements,
right,
and talk all kind of shit.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you know as well as I do, I wouldn't have said that to you to your face, and you wouldn't have said that to me in my face. We're standing.
I think you, I don't know. I think you and I, we put our money where our mouth is. We're FaceTiming each other. I think we might have.
Other little punks out there.
No, 1,000. Most of them wouldn't. And that's why I wanted to explain to you, man, all right, let's do this. You know what I mean? I didn't know, you never know, man, right? Who you're running into of any sort, right? And,
I'll tell anybody, you're going to talk to 10 people. 9 people will tell you I'm one of the most awesome guys you ever meet. I give you the shirt off my back.
I feel it.
So is that one person that's going to tell you I'm a complete asshole.
Oh, of course. You can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody.
No, man.
I'm not looking to please everybody, but I am looking to try to help Jeremy get out of prison.
All right. And that's beautiful. Jeremy Ray, what's his,
And, hey, like I told you, I just got home from South Carolina from work.
Okay. I'll let you go.
I see her in 3 days or 4 days, and
geez, better give your wife some love.
And I'd like to go spend some time with her if you don't mind.
No, 1,000. Travis, man, it's been an amazing talk with you, brother. And
again, and we'll talk some more.
Yeah, I think that this could be like. I think the world needs to hear more from you, man. When are you running again?
Well, I would never run for political office.
Really?
I helped somebody get elected. I was on the fast track to becoming governor of this state back in the early 2000s.
So you're gonna be the guy behind the guy? If not, I'll be your campaign manager. I think I'm ready to do it for you.
Anybody's better than me.
Hey man, hey George, you guys got shit crazy over there. But anyways,
yeah, we did. This is not a Democrat state. I don't care what anybody tells you.
Right? Yeah. Whatever. We'll get. That's the next topic. But I appreciate you, man. And
text me your number if you don't mind.
Of course.
And I'll send you that link to Jeremy. So
absolutely, I'll put it on the website.
We'll keep in touch.
I'll promote it.
I'll see if you let me come back on again.
Oh, I'd love it, man.
Talk more about it.
I love it.
Talk about wrestling sometime.
Oh, of course. You're an intelligent man, and I appreciate you coming on here. And man, God bless you, brother, and good health to you and your family.
God bless you too.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
Every day the deficit grows. You spend more than you own. Well, Papa always said to me, well, keep a close eye on your authority. Hey, 'cause you say that you can, and I was unaware. You say that you can,
stretch it any farther. Push, pull, tear. We can't stretch it any farther. Push, pull, tear. We can't stretch it any farther. Push, pull, tear. And every day when taxes increase, so is this our land or is this our lease? And Papa said, son, it's the land of the free. Well, Lizzie broke his back trying to make ends meet. Hey, you say that you care, and I was unaware. You say that you care, and I was unaware. So you do is push, pull, tear. We can't stretch it any farther. Push, pull, tear. We can't stretch it any farther. Push, pull, tear. Oh, push, pull, tear. Can't stretch it any farther. Push, pull, tear. Open up your toothpaste. Push, pull, tear. Can't stretch it any farther.